If you're casting people for a game show, you want folks that are good on camera, but you also want folks who will be evenly matched, whose areas of knowledge overlap enough with the game and with each other that they can put up a good fight. With that in mind, please welcome Inés, who has a PhD from Oxford in the biomechanics of insect flight, and Toby, who is one of Britain's leading experts in Pokemon. I'm sorry, Toby. Welcome to the Game Garage. Today we are playing Cash and Grab with...
Birdkeeper Toby, hello.
And Inés from Draw Curiosity.
In front of you, there is the money box. The box is real, but the money is fake. Those are our magical dollars. Today they are pegged to the South African rand. The more you pull out of there, the more money you could be going home with. 3 rounds. All you have to do is answer some questions and then pull out the money. How hard can it be? Round 1, it's very simple. I'm going to ask you some questions. You're going to answer them on the buzzers. The first of you 2 to get to 3 points can start pulling money out of that box with these chopsticks.
Okay.
They're going to go just there.
I'm like highly dyspraxic.
Oh man!
I'm so clumsy. I can't use, I'm that guy at Wagamama's who asks for a fork or a spoon.
So the good news is you don't have to hold them in one hand like traditionally. You can hold them
I can,
I had a Japanese neighbour teach me how to eat crisps with chopsticks.
Oh, you better
But
hope...
I'm not sure that will work here.
You better hope you get to 3 first, Toby. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, let's hope I'm good at the question.
As long as the money comes through and out using those chopsticks after, that's fine. It's got to get in your bucket.
Does the money have to come out whole, or can we stick a hole through them?
If you can somehow manage enough force with the chopsticks to pierce the money, sure. As long as it comes out through that hole with the chopsticks, that's fine. Once it's out, use your hands, use whatever to get it into your bucket, but it's got to come out with those chopsticks. All right, so 3 questions to start. Whoever gets to 3 first, start pulling money. The other person is going to keep answering questions, and they're going to have to get 3 more. Doesn't matter what you're on at the time, it's 3 to start and 3 to stop. Fingers on buzzers.
I'm just excited to use the buzzer, honestly, genuinely. I've never used a buzzer before.
I'm just hoping I do well at the trivia.
Having never been on a game show before. I'm ready.
You haven't been on one now. All right, everybody ready?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Which word comes next? Year, decade, century?
Millennia.
Correct, 1-0. What is an Olympic silver medal actually made from?
Silver?
Correct, 1-all. What shape is a complete rainbow? Inés.
Circle.
Correct, 2-1. 1 more to start grabbing. What girl's name is also a Christmas song?
Myrtle? No, mistletoe.
No, handing it over. No, you've got it now.
Mistletoe? Is
No,
that what you
it was-
said?
Holly.
No, Carol.
Oh.
Christmas Carol.
Carol, yeah.
The Trojan War was fought over the abduction of which woman?
Helen?
Yes, Helen of Troy. Start grabbing. 3 to stop.
Okay, come on.
How many solar system planets are bigger than Uranus?
2?
Correct. How many letters of the alphabet can be spoken using 1 syllable?
All of them.
No, 25. W can't.
Oh.
What letter is ... in Morse code?
S.
Yes, correct. That's 2. Which musical instrument's name literally means soft loud?
No, pass.
Piano forte. Which child's toy has the real name Millicent Roberts?
I have no idea.
Barbie. What is 16 divided by a half?
8.
No, 32 divided by a half. What's the singular version of opera?
I'm so sorry, Toby.
I don't know.
Opus. Where would you find the Sea of Tranquility?
In Africa?
On the moon. What do honeybees collect?
Honey.
No, pollen. In which month does German Oktoberfest begin?
October.
No, September. In which month does Russia celebrate the October Revolution?
October.
No, November. In which sport would you perform a Fosbury flop? High jump. Which crime-fighting cartoon dog wears the initials SD on his collar?
Scooby-Doo.
Yes, close the box.
No. I knew the Scooby-Doo one.
There was something there that you'd have got without the panic.
Tough, not even I knew that.
Scooby-Doo. I know that one.
To be fair, what do honeybees collect? Is it just a
Honey, wow.
That's a brutal question.
Yeah, no.
When you said that, I knew it was a trick.
All right, we're going to count that up, and we'll see how well you did in a moment.
Count, or these
No,
three falls?
it wasn't in the bucket at the end,
Okay.
but we'll count that up, I will see how you did in a moment. How was that? Was that...
It went well for you.
I liked it.
It's good
I'm
fun.
sorry.
No, it's great. It's great. And you really went for it with those chopsticks. Like, in a way that I-
There were some genuinely vicious questions there. And when you're panicking...
I'm just happy I got the
I was
Scooby-Doo one.
overhearing those questions
Genuinely.
thinking, wow, those are quite
Those are hard.
Yeah.
Stopper ones can be harder. Inés, you got quite a lot of money out there and quite a few of the colourful high-value notes as well. $99.
Oh, wow. I'm doing well.
$99. So, round 2 of 3. 3 more questions to start, 3 more questions to stop. There are a few more notes in there of a few higher values, and this time, use the forks, Luke.
Okay,
Knife.
so we've got cutlery again.
Cutlery again, yes, just slightly different cutlery. Cutlery that I suspect
I can handle this.
a little
I'm
more
familiar with this.
At home with, yes. All right, fingers on buzzers. 3 questions to start. How many dots are there on the Domino's Pizza logo? Inés?
6.
No, handing that over.
4.
3. So 1 and a 2. What is the tallest mammal on Earth? Toby?
Blue whale.
No, handing it over.
Giraffe.
Giraffe.
Okay.
In the phonetic alphabet, the letter Q is represented by which Canadian province? Inés?
Quebec.
Yes, 2-0. What is the only country to be crossed by both the equator and the Tropic of Capricorn? Inés?
Ghana.
No, handing it over. Take a shot at an equatorial country.
Africa again.
Not a country. Brazil.
Oh,
How many bones are in an elephant's trunk? Inés? No, handing it over.
None.
Correct. 2-1 to Inés still. How many of Snow White's dwarves don't have a name ending in Y? Inés? No, handing it over.
None.
No, 2. Bashful and Doc. What is a Fender Stratocaster? Toby?
It's a guitar?
Yes, 2-all. This question to start grabbing. Which time travellers have the full names William S. Preston and Theodore Logan?
Back to the Future.
No, handing it over.
Thing with the time machine that looks like a sled?
No, the thing with the time machine looks like a phone box. Bill and Ted.
Oh, okay.
Or not the other one that has a time machine that looks like a
Oh,
phone
but
box.
it's right. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. At the start of a game of chess, how many bishops are on the board? Inés?
4.
Correct. Start grabbing. 3 to stop. Which comic strip was created by Charles Schultz?
Don't I pass?
Peanuts. Which month of the year comes first alphabetically?
April.
Correct. That's 1. What was thrown into a lake when King Arthur died?
Excalibur.
Correct. That's 2. On a standard dice, which number is opposite the 5?
3.
No, 2. In which world-famous museum is the Rosetta Stone?
Pass.
The British Museum. How many carats is pure gold?
24.
Yes, close the box. 4.
I feel like I got there a lot faster.
You did, but I think there was a lot more money being pulled out. Let's count that up.
Oh, no.
See how well you did. Inés, $97 more. You're on 196. You got a lot of 10s, a few 5s, a couple of 20s. There are still some 50s in there, and this round we've added a few more back in as well. So it is still all to play for.
So all I
in
need
round
to
3.
do is win this round and get 450s.
And you're good.
Pretty good.
That's all
Easy.
there is to it. That's all there is.
I was lulling you into a false sense of security, you see. That's obviously
I mean-
what I was doing.
I feel this is the sort of thing where you start off going really well, and then in the last one you just crash and burn.
Yeah,
Let's
maybe a
find
little
out.
bit.
Round 3. More money in the box, more high-value notes in the box, and your implement, tongs. Good luck to you both. Fingers on buzzers. 3 to start. In the Northern Hemisphere, the summer solstice occurs in which month? Inés?
June.
Yes, 1-0. Which point of the compass is directly opposite south-southeast? Toby?
North-northwest.
Yes, 1-all. In sheet music, how many horizontal lines are on a... Inés?
5.
Correct, are on a staff, 2-1. Toby, if Inés gets another question, she's grabbing money, and we know you're out. So I've got a little special offer for you. If Inés starts grabbing money, if you can stop her getting 200 out this round, we will give you 100 of those dollars.
Okay,
All
all
right.
right, I'm in. I've got this.
But 2 more questions, and you're grabbing.
Yeah, and that's what's going to happen. So we're good. We're good.
All right, good luck to you. The 300th day of the year falls in which month? Inés?
October.
Yes, go. Toby, the university commonly known as MIT is based in which US state?
Pass.
Massachusetts. Which sign of the zodiac comes last alphabetically?
Pass.
Virgo. In imperial measurements, how many quarts are there in a gallon?
I don't know. Pass.
4. A square pyramid has how many triangular faces?
4.
Yes, that's 1. What part of a cow is known as tripe?
It's butt.
The stomach. A bearing of 135 degrees is equivalent to which compass direction?
No, pass.
Southeast. What's the 19th hole on a golf course?
Pass.
It's the clubhouse or the bar. What was the main language in ancient Rome?
Pass.
Ancient Rome? No, Latin. In Roman numerals, what does X mean?
10.
Yes,
10, I knew that
one.
one.
The statue of Christ the Redeemer is found overlooking which city?
Rio.
Yes, stop! Close the box, close the box, close
Finally.
the box. There we go.
I knew that one.
Toby, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if you kept an 8200, but we're going to count it, and we're going to find out.
I'm so sorry, please. Send it back.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm sorry.
Let's do the maths. Normally at this point, I would be comparing the contents of 2 buckets and holding you both in suspense as to who had the most. But unfortunately, it hasn't gone well. I'll be honest, Toby, it hasn't gone well.
You invited the wrong person to a trivia show.
I'll tell you what, it was a lot of fun.
I had a blast. And honestly,
I had the best fun.
a quart. 4, obviously. Of course it is.
I'll tell you what, when someone's shouting questions at you and against the clock, it is genuinely more difficult.
But thank you so much for having me. It's been a blast.
Unfortunately for you, Toby, that is not enough for you to win anything, but Inés, $544 out this time. That gives you a grand total of 741 of our magical dollars. Today, they are pegged to the South African rand, and this means my prize budget has been slightly stretched here. £40.57 in your bucket. Toby, I'm afraid for you, it's the end of the game. Inés, the grand final. Let's see how much of that you can keep. Inés, final round, congratulations. There is £40.57 worth of magic dollars in that box. Here's how the final round works. You're gonna have 60 seconds on the clock. When the clock starts, you can immediately start pulling money out with the chopsticks. I'll keep asking you questions. Get one right, and you can switch to the forks. Next one right, you can switch to the tongs. Third one right, get rid of the implements, just start grabbing with your hands.
Okay.
Everything in that bucket is yours. If it's not in the bucket, when time runs out, it's gone. Are you ready?
I am ready. I am more than ready.
Take the chopsticks in hand. Your time starts now. Which season's beginning does the Hindu festival Holi celebrate?
Spring.
Correct, get the forks. In which city would you find the Flavian Amphitheatre?
Italy. Is it Greece?
No, wrong.
Next.
Which actor played Ryan in the 1998 film Saving Private Ryan?
No idea.
What fruit comes in hands and fingers?
Jackfruit.
No, bananas. Which is the most common element in our solar system?
Nitrogen.
No, hydrogen. In which Batman film did Heath Ledger complete his final role as the Joker?
Dunno.
What did The Dark Knight? What did Google buy in 2006 for US 1.65 billion?
YouTube.
Yes, get the tongs. Which sport is divided into time periods called chukkers?
Cricket.
No, polo. What spirit do you mix with grapefruit juice to make a salty dog cocktail?
Passion fruit. I don't know.
Gin. In which US state is Pearl Harbor?
Oh God, Virginia.
Hawaii. Time! Stop there! No, you don't. That's it. That is nearly everything. Let's count that up and see what you've got.
No, I left the 100.
So everything's counted, everything's converted. When it's all added up, £34.02. So that is your 30, and then just a lot of change. Thank you so much for playing.
Thank you. This was a lot of fun and actually more profitable than I expected.
It's more profitable than I expected. Yeah, congratulations. That's been the Game Garage. Thank you very much, Inés. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.